Good evening. My mother, Samantha Hansel Leffall, named me Willie Paul Leffall and called me Randy for the rest of my life, causing real confusion in the community even to yesterday when Kathy Smith had a Willie and Sharon as well as a Randy and Sharon on the registration list. Sorry, Kathy. Maybe tonight all of this confusion will come to an end, okay? Back to the script. The Leffall history. Bob Marley said, "In this great future, we cannot forget our past." What is our past? In his heritage collection, R.H. Boyd, the producer of most African American Sunday school books in churches, has said, and I quote, "As African Americans, we are in this country due to the sin of slavery, and our ancestors have suffered oppression and discrimination that has resulted in us living in a world shaped by the sins of others. We can gladly hear the prophet's message today of God's imminent intervention in which God throws off the consequences of previous sin," end quote. In essence, quotation, we come from people, end quotation, in the words of Dr. Henry Louis Gates from the PBS series Finding Our Roots. To take a man's language and his name, leaving him without dignity, a sense of self, his kinship, legacy, and cast him out into the abyss of America to become a slave, like John Amos played in Roots. Who can forget the scene where Kunta Kinte was beaten into submission to finally say, "My name is Toby"? In Zephaniah's day, God turned away an invading army. However, for us today, he has turned away a trifecta of enemies, sins, Satan, and our own self-harming efforts. We have, through Christ, the victory over our enemies. And thirdly, God has moved into our midst. When taken together, we see a trilogy of good news. God has removed our judgment, turned us away, turned out our enemy, and moved into our midst. I was taught after slavery that my family added an extra F to Leffall, and were told that the F was for freedom, and all Leffalls from then on were black and our cousins. All Leffalls emanate from a deep East Texas village, not even a town, called Elysian Fields, where that name as early as 1870 appears on the 1870 census records. In 2023, you will find Leffalls have made a mark in medicine, religion, education, and many other varied professions. And what is special is that all of those Leffalls come from this little town called Elysian Fields, all because our matriarch, this little lady, Holly Leffall. In a moment, you will hear from another matriarch, Sally Jean Leffall. I would also like to acknowledge three other matriarchs who are the griots, sheroes of the Leffall family. Dolores Leffall possessed a PhD in library science and provided invaluable research skill in making the Ancestor book possible. Bertie Leffall Pierce is a source of much history of the Leffall family. And Fran Black Rubin Leffall, the granddaughter of John Leffall, she is not a Leffall, but she is the granddaughter of John Leffall, has promoted and branded the Leffall name like she was a Madison Avenue advertising executive. Love you, cousin. Thanks for all of your help, wisdom, and guidance. You know I'm pushy. Last week, I conducted an oral history interview with my cousin Sally Leffall. This is an excerpt of that interview. Thank all of you for giving me the honor of presenting to you this family reunion. Hope to see all of you at Mount Pleasant for our services Sunday. Thank you.